Good afternoon. My name is Carl Wilson. I am from House District 3, Josephine County, Oregon. And I want to say how much I appreciate the press, being a member of it myself. Been a radio station owner for many, many years, family business in Grants Pass. And it's always a pleasure to be any place with my colleagues. We have, I think, a great working relationship. I think we're developing personal relationships, which I think is very important in this process. I come from a different world than they do. I come from rural Oregon, and the people I serve with are rural Oregonians. We have a different way of life, and you probably know that because you come on vacation in our areas, and we're really happy that you do, because that kind of revenue is very important to us. Because, as an example, I still have way too many empty storefronts in downtown Grants Pass. Proportionately, it's way too much. And so something isn't working for rural Oregon. And when we talk about what my priority might be, what my colleagues in the House priority may be, it's making rural Oregon prosperous and trying to block or stop those things that we deem are dangerous to our economic health. And being a small business owner, as I am, I realize the importance of small business in a community. It's tough enough to be a winner when you're in small business. Most of them go out of business anyway. But you don't need a bunch of hurdles in your way to try to survive. And I think the fact that we have empty storefronts is a testament to the fact that things are not equal here in the state of Oregon. When I go to Portland, and I don't go there very often, but when I do, I am amazed at the beauty of the place. Usually I'm there at night passing through. And what a gorgeous place. And I so want to look at Portland and say, wow, that's my city. We ought to be able to do that. But unfortunately, I don't feel that way when I go through Portland, because as I've said before, every time that big giant rolls or moves, it crushes us, especially when legislation is designed for Portland and not for Grants Pass, not for Josephine County. So we're trying to do what we can to keep our people working, to give them opportunities to move up the economic ladder. And I do think that we're making some progress along the way in making our case. Because there's no doubt, the jobs and the money really are in the Portland area. And I want to be careful about making fun or poking Portland all the time, because I know that's in vogue. A lot of rural people do that. But we want to call Portland our city as well. And we want the folks in Portland and the suburbs, the well-moneyed suburbs, to be able to say, hey, that's my Rogue River down there. So we're going to spend a lot of time talking especially about the business laws that are coming down the line. We've frankly been in trouble ever since minimum wage came around. When the minimum wage, first of all, we had a minimum wage that was indexed prior to this. But when minimum wage hit, our fortunes began to go down. And every time it goes up, our fortunes take another shock. And so we've had a lot of other business legislation passed that have directly hurt small business. I know a lot of cases we demonstrate that we have philosophical differences in what minimum wage is supposed to be in the first place. And I do think we have deep philosophical differences about the role that minimum wage should play in a life. But when we continue to pass things that harm small business, you injure greatly small communities. And so I'm just speaking for myself, because anytime you're 22 against 38, it does seem like you're going against a monolith, and you got to just try to hang on for the bell. And that's what our people are going to do. I must say that, again, I do think that 80 to 85% of the time, we work really well together. We accomplish a lot of things, and I know we will. And that keeps my people engaged, knowing that 85% of the time, they're probably going to be able to engage in something that makes a difference. But the 15% is where the real difference is. And that's where the real emotions lie as well. So my challenge as the Republican leader is to help my people continue to feel engaged, feel that they're making Oregon an affordable place to live, and making sure that they and their families and their friends are going to continue to have prosperous work to engage in rural Oregon. Thanks.